So how's it going, guys? I was thinking to myself, what kind of example is WWE trying to set by hiring somebody like Ronda Rousey, someone who openly admitted that they wanted to kill themselves over their losses and the fan reaction, you know, and their fall from grace in the MMA world? Is WWE like out of their mind? So, you know, we're playing things super politically correct here in WWE. They want to make sure that, you know, nobody does any steroids. Nobody is, you know, hiding the fact that they're being investigated by the police. You know, everyone's got to, you know, be on the straight and narrow. Everybody's got to mind their P's and Q's. Stars are not even allowed to have egos anymore. So we're, you know, we're really like in a squeaky clean WWE. So, you know, what does it mean that WWE is willing to hire somebody like Ronda Rousey, where this girl has so much of an ego that she actually admitted, you know, coincidentally, conveniently, that when the limelight was fading from her, that she was going to kill herself on Ellen DeGeneres. Does anybody realize that if you want to kill yourself, that you have a mental disorder, that there's something wrong with you, that you're not healthy, that you're not of sound mental health? Does anybody realize that? Is anybody out there willing to admit that there's something very wrong with Ronda Rousey, and that her reaction wasn't of a normal person or a normal human being with a normal functioning brain and mind? This is a problem. Ronda Rousey seems like she has a mental disorder because she's admitting that she wanted to kill herself. So what kind of precedent does this set for WWE, that they're willing to take somebody like this that admitted that about themselves, and they're going to bring her to the forefront of superstardom? I mean, at least get this girl checked out. You know, the thing is, she should have checked herself into a mental institution. I had already said it in my previous video. I mean, if she is going to admit that she's got a mental problem that's making her want to commit suicide, then she shouldn't be involved in any more, you know, big productions like this, you know, with a lot of fans and people watching you. Because if the pressure is too much to bear, now we all know she was lying, obviously. She was seeking attention. But, you know, when somebody makes a claim like this, it's worth an investigation. You know, because the thing is, you don't want any surprises. You don't want the girl to one day try to commit suicide, or God forbid that she actually succeeds and she does it. You know, you don't want that to happen, especially when you're a big company like that. So I don't know why they're even taking a risk on her. I think it's a really, really bad move. She's, you know, like a super feminist. She's like annoying, you know, that, you know, if they're concerned about egos, if Enzo Amore's ego was too big for WWE to handle, which I don't even understand, compared to people in the past, does anybody realize the ego on Ric Flair? And you're going to say, oh, Brad, you're comparing Enzo to Ric Flair. I'm just saying that there's been bigger egos, and somehow, some way, wrestling promoters, including, especially Vince McMahon, has been able to deal with said egos. So, but if you're so concerned about these big, massive egos and you can't take them, why would you take on somebody like Ronda Rousey? Why would you take somebody where their initial reaction, when they can't stand the fact that they lost a few fights and the fans are giving them a hard time, the first thing they got to do is book themselves to go on a daytime talk show so they can complain to a bunch of housewives that they were thinking about taking their life. So you can be so basically her whole thing was she wanted to be a champion. you know, for all women that are feeling bad for themselves. Because like I said, she's a super feminist, you know, so she wants to, you guys understand what she's trying to go for there. Oh, look at me, I'm going to champion depression, I'm going to champion suicide, you know, this is going to be my cause. So you see what she did? So MMA's not working out for you, huh, Ronda? So, you know, you're gonna champion mental disorders instead. So, you know, what, and what like a relegation that is, really, when you think about it. You know, what a step down it happens to be. That she's going from up here wearing fucking championship belts to talking about, you know, feeling bad for yourself. And, you know, the extreme thought of wanting to end your own life due to said depression. I don't know, guys. I don't know why WWE is taking on a monster like this. This is probably not a good idea, especially when they thought they couldn't even handle somebody like Enzo Amore in the proper way. Anyway, guys, you know, I want to do a longer video, but I've got to get to work, so I'll see you next time, motherfuckers.